What's up guys, this is Gul Muhammad. Today we are going to learn about the implementation of Filepond in any Laravel application. Filepond is basically a JavaScript library that can upload anything to the server in a very easy and smooth way. So let's dive into the code. First of all, I have installed a Laravel application. I have settled my DB with the name of Filepond, Laravel, my application name. You can see Laravel Filepond. Okay, so let's first go for the installation of Laravel Breeze kit for the user authentication. Let's do the next step for the installation of Breeze. Blade, I'm going to use Blade. No, 0. What will be our next step? It will be to run the migrations. So Breeze is installed. Now we have to run the migrations. Okay, migrations succeeded. Now let's run npm install. After that we have to run the npm run command. Npm so let's add another command line for the application to run. Let's check our application. So our application is ready. Let's register a user here. So our user is registered and logged in. I'm planning to use the Filepond JavaScript library in user profile section, where the user can update his profile information. I will add two more fields here, one for the user CNIC image, and the second one will be for user own images, self images. The first one will be required only one image, and in the second field the user can upload many images. So let's move to that part. First of all, I have to edit the interface where user will add the two fields. Update profile information. Here we will add our two fields. I think we can add this area. We don't need this part. Okay, we will add two new. Okay, it's we don't need this part here. This will be for CNIC. This is our input type. Okay, input type, and the next one will be as well for input type. So type will be, let's first add the ID CNIC. CNIC type will be file. We don't need the old value, so I'm removing this part. We don't need this as well here. Okay, after that we have to add images here. It will be images type file. I don't need this error here. Okay, let's remove this as well. Okay, as we are going to take many images from the user, for this part we will as well enable multiple here. Okay, this part is done. Now let's check the front end. Unable to locate a class or view. What is wrong? Yes, we have to add here the text. It will be text input. Yes, it will be text input. Okay, let's check now. Okay, two fields are added, which of type input. Okay, so we have to add the JavaScript library Filepond here. Okay, so first of all, let's go to the doc section. Let's get started. Install Filepond. We are going to use the JavaScript way. Okay, npm install Filepond save. Let's add a new terminal here. So Filepond is getting installed. It's installed. We can then import it in our project in this way. So I have to go to app.js. Okay, here Filepond is imported. What's the next part? Filepond also requires a style sheet. Let's import the style sheet. Window dot Filepond equals to Filepond. Okay, we have to, it's Filepond, so it must be equal to that word. Okay, this part is done. Now let's check anything happens here. No, nothing happens here. So let's move on to our blade file. So let's move back to our blade file. Here we will write all the JavaScript for the Filepond. First of all, we will check and add our event listener for the Filepond. When it's loaded, we will verify that. Okay, Filepond loaded. Okay, here we will log it. Let's check our front end. Filepond is ready for use, and these are all the relevant things for the Filepond. Okay, let's back. So our Filepond is loaded successfully. After that, we want to apply the Filepond to these areas of the forms, like in CNIC and images. So I'm going to add a class here, Filepond, a class here with the name of Filepond. Okay, then we are going to get a reference to the file input element. Okay, constant input document. This is the name of our class. Okay, we got all the input here. Now we are going to create a Filepond instance for each this input element. Okay, so what we will do, we are going to create Filepond instance on each element. So we will say constant Filepond dot create input element, right? So let's check our browser now. Yes, the Filepond is now ready to be used. You can see it, but we have to set some user relationship with the images which we are going to create. So I'm going to create all those relationships behind the scene. So I have created an image model for the images, and I have used morph to relationship on it for the user images. Here is the image model. I have empty the guarded array and use the resource keyword for morph relationship. And then we have user model. On user model I have defined these two relationship. For the CNIC image, user will have only one CNIC image, and we have set this type of CNIC for to clarify the images. and we have used many for the many relationship for the self images, and set the type to self. We have as well created a temporary files table where we will have a folder, and we will have a string file path. Okay, and in the temporary file folder we have just add these folder and file to the fillable array. Okay, in the images table we have defined the morphs resource and path and types for the images. That's all. So next, uh, let's work on our file pond where we will pull or save these temporary files when the user selects any images. Let me tell you one more thing which I have missed, that behind the scenes I have as well created uh, I have created the storage link for the images to be saved, and I have these folders, CNIC and images. Okay, in CNIC there is another folder temp which represents temporary images, and this is the final location of the images when the user will save the form. All the images from this section will move to this area. And then we have images and temporary folder. When the user will upload his temporary images, uh, all those will be saved here, and on the final submit button all these images from this folder will move to the images final folder. Okay, I hope I have clarified the things. So here what we are going to do, we are going to add the set options for the file pond dot set options. Okay, and here we will add the server object settings in this way, where the process is for uploading the file. Okay, we have not defined these routes, but we will define them later on. Okay, so this will be the path for uploading the images via file pond, and we use a revert for reverting or deleting the uploaded temporary file. So okay, after that we have to define the headers for it, and for that we have to run the csrf token in this way. We can as well add the credits, true or false here, like in this way. If we say credit false, then I'm sorry guys, what error we are getting here. So let's move there. What is the error? Basically unexpected token and line this. Oh yeah, so it will be this. Okay, so let's move to the front end now. You can see that here in the footer there was a link about file pecunia. I think, if I'm not wrong. Let's disable this. it will come back. Yeah, powered by P Qna. Okay, so let's move on back. We have defined these URLs for the processing the file, and this for let's add these to our routes. So basically our route will be, which we have defined there, route post, and it will be Filepond, sorry guys, Filepond process. Our controller will be profile controller. We are going to use the same controller. Okay, and our class, our function name will be Filepond process. Filepond process. Okay, so this is our route for uploading the temporary images, and then we as well need a delete route for deleting the temporary images. Okay, if the user don't want to proceed, so this was, I think, delete if I'm not wrong. And this should be delete, this should be kept. Okay, so let's move to the controller. Profile controller. Here we will define our function for dealing with the images. Okay, basically we will write all the logic here for dealing with those images. So first of all we will write the function here. I'm sorry. Request object here. I'm not going I'm not going to validate any coming request here. Save some time, you can do it if you want. Okay, so let's first check that the request is coming here or not. Let me confirm this. Okay, so let's move to the front end console. Here we will check for the route that it's getting hit or not. Don't have images. That's this one. Yes, I think it is hitting this. Yeah, I'm in Filepond process function. So we are successfully hitting that function in the controller. So from here we will write all the logic for dealing with that image. So if request has CNRC then CNIC equal to request CNIC, file name will be CNIC, I'm sorry, get client original name, a PHP function. So here we will create a unique ID for our temporary folder where we are going to save the images. So we will use the PHP unique function for this. Okay, so for folder we will write unique ID. First argument will be CNIC and the second will be true. Okay, so let's check what happens until here. We are going to check the folder here. I'm going again to upload the new image. So let's check the payload. We are getting nothing here. First of all, let me check that I'm getting the file name or not. Get client original name does not exist. Yeah, I think the image, the function name is wrong here. Get client. I think we have made mistake here. It should be request file and the file name is CNIC. So let's check now. Yeah, we are getting the name. So let's move back to the code area. Let's check this, that we are getting a unique name for the folder or not. Yeah, we are getting the folder name. So we are getting the folder unique name here. Now let's continue on from here. So now we have to store that CNIC image. Okay, so CNIC image path will be CNIC store as, and what was the name? Public CNIC I think it was temp. So that we will give the name of folder. I'm sorry for this folder, and then we have to give the file name. File name. Okay, in this way we are going to save the image. After that, we have to save it in the temporary table. It was folder, and it will be this folder, and the second one was file. It will be file name, yeah, and we will return this folder. So let's check that we are successfully saving the images in CNIC temp folder. We are getting 500. I think somehow I have not run the migrations. I'm sorry for that. Okay, yeah, I didn't run the migrations, and that's why it was not getting saved. So let's do it again. So we are getting this error because here we have to define the table name as it's not matching the model name. So okay, this is the name of our table which we have used for temporarily saving the images path and folder. Okay, so let's do it one more time. Yeah, the image is uploaded successfully. Let's check it in CNIC. It should be gone to the temporary, not temporary CNIC folder. So let's delete this and we will try one more time. It should be in this way. Okay, we have to delete those images from here as well, so to avoid any confusion in future. Okay, let's add the image one more time. Let me clear all these previous actions. Okay, it's done. We are getting this, and let's check in the CNIC. Yeah, it's in temp and it's a temporary folder name, and this is the image which we have uploaded. So this part is working. So now let's move to the second part. If user wants to delete the image from this area and he does not click the submit button. Okay, so for that part we have defined revert URL here. This is the Filepond revert URL, and we are going to define the function for it. So let's do it. Public function. This will be our delete function for deleting the image. Okay, first of all we will get the file ID or the image ID which we want to delete. Basically Filepond stores that unique ID in a temporary area. So first of all we will get that ID for that image which we are going to delete. Okay, request get contents, get content. Let's check what we are getting here. Let's add this request object here. Let's delete the file ID. So I want to delete this image. It's not going there. Yeah, it's basically, I think it's working. Let's dd here. Let me clear this part. Load a new image and delete it. No, it's not hitting. It's basically giving me 404 not found. Okay, okay. Delete Filepond delete. Yeah, sorry, it's revert here. Okay, so let's check now. Let's delete it now. What I'm getting, the delete method is not supported for route Filepond delete. It's basically delete. Okay, so let's try one more time. Yes, we are hitting the delete function in the controller. So after that we have to check this unique ID. Let's do one more time. Let's delete it. Yeah, we are getting that unique ID. Okay, so after that we got the unique ID. We will do some logic for it to delete that image. CNIC, we will say string starts with the above file ID. Okay, and the starting word will be CNIC. After that we want to delete the image. If CNIC delete is valid, Why it is giving me red signal? I think I have to add this in the top. My VS Code is not helping me at all on this area, so I have copied it from another place. Apologize or pardon me for that part. Okay, so we are going to delete the image. So what you suggest here? I think we should do temp file equal to temporary file where folder is file id first. So if the above part goes well, then we have to delete the directory as well. If storage directory and our directory name is public CNIC temp, and inside temp its name is file id, okay, which we got here. We are going to delete that directory. So let's do all the things for the deletion from very beginning. In the CNIC we have 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. I'm going to delete all those images. Okay, this is the last one, and then we have to delete from the database as well. So we can clearly check our delete functionality. That's why I'm deleting all the things from there. So let's add and upload one more time. It's uploaded. Now let's delete it. Yeah, it's deleted. Let me verify. It's not showing here. Okay, to show you one more time, because I deleted it without showing you. Yeah, you can see that the image is uploaded here. Now I am going to delete it without sending it to the server. You can see it's deleted from here. Now the same things are I'm going to do for the self images of the user behind the scene to make the video more shorter. Okay, so behind the scenes I have implemented for saving the images of users in the images directory, and then temporary file. Same logic as we have used for the CNIC image, and in same way I have used for delete. Here you can check it. I will share the GitHub repo URL. So let me show you multiple file or images selection. Okay, these are uploaded. Here are the images in the temp area. Now we are going to delete it, and that's done. It's as well deleted from here. Now the final part for it is when the user submits or save his profile, all those images should be saved in images table. Okay, for that I have already write all the code here, which is out of the scope for the tutorial of Filepond. So I will share the code again, so you can check here all the logic, how we have moved copy images from one place to another place in Laravel, and then we have deleted the directory, and then we have store the CNIC images and user images. Okay, so I think we have to clear all the dummy data which we had, so it's deleted here. Now let's upload one CNIC image and two or three user images, and then we will click the save button for it. Yeah, base table or view not found, label these. Okay, so again the issue is here in the images table. I'm sorry guys, I have not followed the conventions here in the images creation, in the tables creation, so I apologize for that. Okay, let's move on and save the images. And we are going to save it. Currently I don't have a successful message here, but let's check. Images are moved from, these are I think old images. Okay, 60 and 04 it does not exist here. CNIC is empty and CNIC final have only one image. And let's verify it from our DB. Okay, these are the old images, and here in images table we should have type CNIC1, and the two images are for self images. Okay, so the final part is to show the images to the user in the dashboard. Let's define a dashboard here. I think we will comment out this. Basically let's copy it. We will comment it out as well, and then I'm going to define the same route here. Middleware I don't need. So, and I will use the profile controller as well here. So profile controller class, and our function name will be user details. So let's define the user details here. So let's define the user details here, public. I'm sorry, my typo. I am the king of typo mistakes. So here we will get the user details who is authenticated with all his self images and CNIC images. CNIC image is only one. Okay, and then we will say find, and find will have auth id. Okay, then we will pass all this to our view, which is dashboard. It will have the user details, I'm going to change the dashboard view behind the scenes, as it's getting a long time. Okay, so I have edited the dashboard behind the scenes, dashboard template behind the scenes to show the CNIC image and user self images. You can see it here. Now let's move to the front end and check the user images and self images. Here is his ID card, and here is his user self images. To verify one more time, let's change the CNIC image to this one. Save. This field is mandatory, so let's add this one and this one again. We are just finally checking our things. Okay, so these two more are added to all his self images. Okay, one thing here, maybe I have missed some detailed parts of Filepond because the video is getting too long. So guys, I'm very sorry for that. See you next time. Hope you will like it.